Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so we got the campaign ship, or one of the two campaign ships in the Lucky 6 campaign, the USS Black, Tier 7, American Premium Destroyer. In a second, we're going to cut to another game footage of the Black, any minute now, where we are fighting an enemy USS Black. So here we are, and is this Greece? I don't remember what this map is called. Anyway, the other Black is on the other side of this island. So sit back and enjoy a little black on black combat. Alright, here he comes. Got my guns on him. Hitting him hard. He launches torpedoes. He did not launch them far enough ahead, so we cut back. By the way, I am out of torpedoes, so I cannot launch anything at all. Still working on my torpedo reload. So I'm anticipating he's going to smoke and then torp me. So we turn against the torpedoes, just dodge him there. And at this point, I have whittled him down with the guns. He cannot hang. And he really didn't do a whole lot of damage to me. And we finish him off. So that's how you beat a USS Black when you're in the USS Black. So getting back to our comparison of Black, or analysis of Black. Black versus Fletcher, base values, Black 100 meters more detectable in the water, has a slower main battery reload, and it is slower in terms of speed by, I believe, 1.5 knots. It does do just short of 5,000 more damage per torpedo. So given that and the radar, I would call Black a middle-of-the-road ship. It's odd, you know, the Summers could be built either way. I like the Summers as a torp boat. I like the Black as a gunboat here as we're moving into Charlie. So I do use Mordoff, my gunboat commander. If I didn't have Mordoff, I think I would use Bull Halsey, although you could make a case for Arleigh Burke as well. But I build the Black out as a gunboat, but it's really kind of a tweener ship leaning towards a gunboat, just like the Summers, in my opinion, is more of a tweener ship leaning towards a torpedo boat. You're not going to peg either end of the scale. Neither is a pure gunboat or a pure torpedo boat. Pardon me. Here you can see we're using the torpedoes to screen. They are extremely slow in the water. But since they do a ton of damage, they are great at saying, hey, I'm going to keep you guys out of this area by throwing torpedoes out there. So that's what we did there. Pardon me. I must be really excited. Alright, so we got a solo base cap, just doing our job there. And there are so many enemy ships over here that I've just decided discretion is the better part of valor. And I'm going to exit stage right here. You can see Cleveland. That's terrifying to me. In addition to those other battleships over there that I don't really want a part of. So we are going to bow out here of the Charlie cap. And hopefully we can get a torpedo to hit on someone. I don't really like what I'm seeing there, but will I launch one set? I do. Alright, so we do get some torpedoes off. Now, one of the things that makes the Black a tweener, in my opinion, is this consumable, the radar consumable, which can be swapped out for a speed boost. I do not recommend using the speed boost at all. So think of this as like maybe a poor man's Low Yang, where you do have the ability to use your radar. So here somebody hits me, I believe that's sonar, very short range. Maybe a ship was already running it and then we popped into their range. Here is the enemy Friesland. Now the Friesland is a pure gunboat, but we are going to be able to get some salvos off on him, and I don't know why he didn't shoot back. But we put up our smoke screen. As soon as it covers him, we hit our radar, and so now we'll have 13 seconds, I guess, very short running radar. A lot of talk on Reddit about how the Black's been utterly nerfed by wargaming from PC, and that may be true, but we are able to get 4 or 5 salvos in, and then we'll just switch our attention to the Atlanta because it's out here. Have no fear of any torpedoes from the Friesland because it doesn't have any, and so we're just continue using these good U.S. guns with a pretty strong reload to crank out rounds on the Atlanta. And I'm going to leave this battleship crossing in front of me to deal with the Friesland. There's the Friesland. Not a lot of health left. I don't know how much of that health was taken off by us versus the battleship, but it doesn't really matter. We used that smoke radar combo to dig out the Friesland from a spot there, helped our team take over this cap, and the Friesland is going to be dead any second now. And we also took out the Atlanta, also a very dangerous ship, especially for a destroyer. So there goes the Friesland, and we are moments away from getting an assisted base cap here in Bravo. And there it is. So over here in the Charlie cap, I have some enemy ships left over here. If I'm not mistaken, that is a Vanguard. And I'm also under the belief that the enemy Fletcher is over there. Now the Fletcher, as we talked about, faster main battery DPM. In fact, the damage per minute of the Fletcher versus the Black in a stock configuration, no commanders, no upgrades to the ship or anything, I believe, is 40,000 more. So the unmodified Fletcher has a DPM of 190,000. The unmodified DPM of the Black is 150,000. That's HE values, because that's what you're going to be shooting at most destroyers. So the Fletcher has a sizable advantage, in my opinion, in HE DPM. And we can mitigate that with the smoke radar combo. Now, as you can see, I got a lot of time left on my smoke reload. My radar reload, on the other hand, is about to reset. And I can't see the Fletcher. I can only see the Vanguard. So we're going to throw some torpedoes out here at the Vanguard. I really just need 1 or 2 of them to hit. They do so much damage. And there we got a little bit too close. Again, detectability 100 meters greater than the Fletcher on the water. So that is something to keep in mind. The other thing is I'm not using the concealment commander, I'm using the gunboat commander. So if you do use Gleaves, you might be able to get a little bit closer in torp. But the thing that keeps me from speccing into the torps, quite frankly, is the abysmally slow speed of those torpedoes. So we do get 2 torpedo strikes on the Vanguard. The first one did a ton of damage. I think that part of the ship might be damage saturated because the second torpedo didn't do as much. We've created some distance here. Our torpedoes are going to take a while to reload. Looks like 45 seconds or so. So I think right as we go around this island, we're going to start chipping shots at the Vanguard, just trying to set them on fire. And we are doing that because the enemy Fletcher kind of left us to our own devices over here. So we're able to get all guns on target. We do set the Vanguard on fire. My aim could be a little bit better, I guess. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. We're getting a little bit of damage. He's on fire. We're piling up the hit markers there. And so as we go around behind that island, we set him on fire a second time. And so that's all good. Alright, so we're missing about 5,000 hit points. The enemy Fletcher up there doesn't look healthy either. And so I'm not saying there's a big difference in the hit points we have remaining. I think I have a slight edge in hit points, but what I definitely have an edge in is the ability to use our radar. Now, I know where he is. He might not know where I am because I'm not detected. And so we're going to wait and kind of torp at what I think is the right time. As soon as we're detected, we'll get those guns on target and make sure to adjust our aim. We knock out a turret, probably to burn his damage con. And then he's going to go broadside to me, which I don't know how to, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, so he gets killed. And I didn't even need the smoke radar combo to take him out. So maybe that's an instance of that Fletcher player not being as skilled in the Fletcher. All right, here we are on the victory screen, just over 70,000 total damage, just a couple torpedo strikes, 2 kills. We had 4 cap defended flags, 1 solo base cap, 1 assisted base cap, but we ended up with 778,290 silver, 12,303 ship XP, over 3,000 green XP, over 21,000 commander XP in the USS Black. There we are at the top of the board, 2931 base XP, 2 big kills. I like the Black. I think it is a good ship. It is not a uber gunboat, and you will not win a battle against a strong gunboat commander. You know, that Fletcher had 3 kills. I don't know what's going on. Maybe his phone was ringing when he fought me, but he didn't give me a run for my money, in my opinion, in that part of the duel. So I recommend the gunboat commander for the Black, just one man's opinion, but know that you won't be a true gunboat in a one-on-one gunfight. All right, modification went with aiming systems mod 1, propulsion mod 2, concealment system mod 1, none of this is shocking to anybody, and of course main battery mod 3. And in terms of the loadout, you've got 2 charges of the smoke generator and 3 charges of a very short duration radar. Again, I would never use this engine boost. The radar's the way to go. Booster flags, because tier 7 premiums are now cash earners, I used all my epic flags, and then of course the rare, or the common battle booster, pardon me, for speed. Got this type 9 permanent camo, and the black flag, which is not black, it is navy blue and gold. So that's that. All right, 17,000 or 16,700 hit points with our build. Got those 5 127 millimeter US guns, 11 kilometer firing range, 2.7 second reload, 6.1 second turn time. HE shells do 1,800 damage with a 5% fire chance. AP shells 2,100 damage. I think those values are 100 less than the Fletcher. Those 2 quintuple tube launchers reload in 96 seconds. Max damage 21,600. They are pretty stealthy at 900 meters detectability. Torpedo range 13.7 kilometers. That's great. Torpedo speed 43 knots. That may be the slowest in the game. So I wouldn't spec into the torpedoes. Here you can see your main battery is dual purpose and does count as AA. I think this is just around the level to defend yourself, but I wouldn't count on any miracles here. Max speed 36 knots, 560 meter turning circle, 3.3 second rudder shift time. So those are just kind of average for a destroyer. And then concealment 5.2 in the surface, 3 kilometers flat from the air. 2.6 when firing in smoke. Here's a look at our commander, Vincent Mordoff. Base trait reduces the reload time of the main guns. That's why he is the best gunboat commander for the U.S. if you have access to him. And these are the inspirations that I use, Swirsky and Bay, so double concealment there. You can see over in the tree, we've got Observant Rage. Didn't really penalize the rudder shift that much. Look at me now. Perceptive. You don't need twist and track because U.S. turrets generally turn very quickly. And I did not use smoke on the water in favor of sheltered arms. Prevents your main battery or your torpedo launchers from being knocked out. Really like that. And of course, unstoppable. Anyway, that is one of the 2 ships available for the campaign. If you love DDs, if you love American ships, I would get this one. Otherwise, you can always get the Independence. Already did a video on that, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.